Good morning and welcome to the morning. It's about 5:15 in the morning. I've got a couple of days off work and I'm up in Bamburgh, and behind me you can probably see there Bamburgh Castle. Now the waves, or the tide's quite high. We've been down here, if you watched last week's vlog, we came down last evening to try and get a sunset, but we never managed to get a sunset. I'm with a guest, or should I say I've come to meet someone. I'm with Mr. John Haswell. Now he's somewhere up on the top at the moment, so I'll introduce you to him a little later on. He lives up near this neck of the woods, so he gets to do this sort of place frequently. I've just walked down onto this first lot of rocks, which is a couple of foot higher than the sea level, which is quite nice. You can see behind me just here, and I'm liking this leading line. I like the leading line going this way, and I also like the leading line going this way. Alright, before I do anything, I'm going to set my camera up, get my tripod out, and I'm going to get a photograph this direction and a photograph this direction. Before the tide goes out any further, I just love the two lines. Never been here before, they might be classics, but I've got to have them for myself. So I'm going to set my tripod up and I'll be back in a bit. Set up the camera, as you can see there, pointing that direction. Very, very simple, not even going to mess around. The first couple of shots, while the tide's high, I've got a leading line from the rocks leading you in from the left, bottom left, and I've put the castle up on the top right. It is just point and shoot, to be honest. F11, 20 seconds, and it's smoothed the water out nicely. Got a little bit of definition in the clouds. The sun hasn't come up yet. The sun's due to come up in about another 45 minutes. I'm going to walk along this bit of a coast now just to see if I can get something else, but I just wanted to hit them two photographs and get them in the bag before I move on. Completely different looking place this morning. Very different with the tide in. So this is the setup. Camera on the tripod. Camera on the tripod, and just facing down the coast. Going to head that way. See if we can find where John is, and a good lady wife's out as well. Don't leave her at home, she's always with us. She's borrowed me a little tripod, so she's hoping to get some nice surreal soft looking image. Nice bit of water crashing just here as well. Right, take you for a walk along this coastline. I've moved along the beach a bit now, and as you can see I'm a bit closer to the castle. I've come back to where I was last night, back to this crack down here. It's giving you an absolutely amazing leading line to the castle. Now, the tide's higher today, and obviously no people on the beach this morning, so we're getting this reflection in the water where the tide's been up, giving you this nice glassy sheen on the sand, and then you've got the castle with the lights still on. And there's some nice cloud definition as well. We might not get a nice pink sunrise, but we've definitely got some cloud definition, unlike last night, which was pretty boring. Camera, as you can see, set up behind me with the leading line again, like I was saying. I'll show you on the back of the camera what we're doing. F11, give you a little bit of depth of field in it. I focus stacked as well, just in case. I focus in the foreground. I've also focused on the castle. Not quite sure whether I need to focus stack it or not until I get back. Denise is somewhere along the coast, and as you can see, there's a few photographers down here as well. There's a guy over there looking out. We've got a guy down here as well. They beat us down here as well this morning. And there's our guest here. We'll have to go and say hello, won't we? Take you down. He's standing close to the water, but I've got my wellies on, so we should be alright. Take you down and introduce him. If he wasn't watching last week, this is the elusive
Good morning.
John Haswell. So
John's looking very tired today though.
he's looking a bit tired. He didn't get much sleep last night. We camped locally, so yeah, there was someone snoring and it wasn't too pleasant. So not a lot of sleep. I reckon I got an hour. John probably got about 15 minutes.
Yes.
Not that we were sharing a tent or anything like that.
Not that we were sharing a tent, obviously.
If you haven't seen
for legal reasons, we were not sharing a tent.
If you haven't seen last night's vlog, check that one out first, and then you'll make more sense to this one this morning. And again, I'm liking what he's seeing, the leading line, and using the white froth as a bit of a leading up to the castle. So I think it's time I get my feet wet as well now and find myself a rock to stand on. I've been changing my composition a little bit. It's one of these places where, like we said before, there's loads of places you can stand and loads of compositions. I've had one using this big boulder. I saw John doing it and I thought I'd have a bit of a look, and I've got this lovely lead in. I think I've got a nice leading line of the water's edge as well. I'm now coming a little bit closer to the water, and I've done a panoramic. I've tried to shoot from about here and come all the way around past the castle. That way it's given me a wider angle, and I've got these lovely little gullies of water, and just trying to get the water just as it's flowing back out, trying to give you that bit of a line to lead you back through the image. There's not a lot of white froth, so it's quite hard to actually, you know, catch that on camera. I haven't put my cable release in, which is a bit naughty. I've been using my finger and just taking pot luck on it. You can't use a 2-second time because you can't time the waves properly. I've taken a few images. I'm sure something will come out. There's a lovely bit of colour behind us, actually looking that way. That over there. There is a lovely bit of colour that way, so I think I might have to set up and shoot that direction and get the little lighthouse in. But yeah, I've taken a few here. The main composition I was looking at, if I can swing it round, was this. Again with the leading line taking you through. Yeah, nice little morning, nice and fresh, and some lovely big heavy clouds. So I'm going to pop the camera facing the other direction, I think, and see if we can get that line going that way. I might have to run back across the coast a bit. You going that way? Yeah, we've seen the colour in the sky, everyone's running that direction now, so chasing the colours. So I'm going to grab my camera, go and get my bag, and then see if we can get something in that direction. In the car. Denise has just noticed I've got no hat on. I've left it in the car this morning. So where's your hat? Right, I'm just walking back along the beach. John's run off. Denise is following me, behind me somewhere. I just want to try and find a nice line and see if I can get that colour without getting in this guy's shot, really, to be honest. It's always fair to be a bit courteous. There's a nice bit of green. A nice bit of green down here, which I quite like. Being careful not to walk into the shot. Also, there's that big boulder. You can have a look at that boulder from the other direction. It is just it's quite difficult trying to find a shot when there's so much to shoot. But there is a bit of colour there. I think what I'm going to try and do is move forward just to get the little lighthouse in as well, without slipping over on these rocks. Alright. Right, I've set up again. I'm using this big boulder that I shot last night. It's quite nice as a foreground interest. It's got some barnacles on the top, which is pretty cool. So we've got a couple of photographers down here. There's one just in front of me just now, and then the other guy's walking up towards the lighthouse. So he'll probably be in the shot. Hopefully I'll be able to clone him out because he's quite small. I'm shooting wide angle while we're down here. It's just nice to get it all in and use these leading lines. So I focus on the boulder in the foreground. I'll take that shot. Put it back on the 2-second timer. And then I've got leading coming in from the right hand side, leading you up to the lighthouse by using the water and the edges of the rocks. I've got a nice bit of white froth at the moment, so I'm going to shoot one, focus on the foreground, and then I lift it up and I shoot one on the mid-ground. Again, I probably won't use the focus stacking, there's probably no need to focus stack, but if I don't take them I won't know well until I get back. Still going to head up that way. I like the dark sky and the white lines on the froth, so I'm just going to head over this rock a little bit and see if we can get towards the edge without getting too wet and shoot these white frothy lines. So these rocks are quite slippy with them being wet. They were all right last night, but this is quite nice with these little lead-ins. Let's see if we can use this. If I can catch the timer right and get the waves coming in, it should look quite nice and smooth. Right, woo! Nearly got wet then. Right, I'm going to turn you off for a minute while I concentrate on what I'm doing. Really, really dark sky there. Loving this sky. Yeah, see if I can catch some of these lines. I'll switch you back on if I do. The thing with shooting waves and water is you really can't use any timer whatsoever. You have to be on finger on the ready. That was a nice one. Finger on the ready just to get the shot. Oh, I nearly slipped then. That wouldn't have been very funny at all. Just moving my tripod around slightly because I've got a double lead in now, and I'm going to try and pull that round if I can. And just using the beach as lines. Oh my god. The beach as lines, and like I say, just firing off photo after photo. You have to keep taking images because you just don't know where the waves are going to go. You might get a leading line, you might get a fallback or a drawback, whatever they call it, where the water draws back off the beach. That's a nice one. Going up, falling back, and just take a few shots. You've got to keep trying. You get back home, you look on the screen when you get back home, and you'll find one or two that just work right. Just where the water line leads you through. The water line gives you a drawback and some momentum. Oh, there's a big wave coming. That one's a nice one. And another one. Right, I think that's about it. I've out photographed Bamburgh Beach, taken loads and loads of shots, me being a tourist and all that. You can see we've got John's behind us and Denise, and we're all photographing this famous little landmark. Wait for it, no, not that castle, this thing down here, the Heart Pool. How bloody fantastic is that? John showed me an image that he'd taken before he started vlogging, before we came up this way, and he showed me it. I'm like, gutted, really nice. I might have to borrow it off him and put it on for you and show you, because it's a fantastic photograph, it really is. We're not going to do it justice today, but while we're here, needs must and all that, so we're all snapping away at the heart. But yeah, if you look at that, that is so cool. I think that deserves a selfie with me and the wife stood next to it. What do you reckon? Right, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us for another silly episode of me and the wife and someone new this time, and not Gary. Sorry, Gary. Thanks, John, for inviting us up. It was good to meet you. It was a good chat last night, and looking forward to the next one. Maybe you have to come down our neck of the woods, maybe. So.
Well, I'll see you in September at the vlogging
September,
meet.
the vlogging meet. So if this goes out before September, otherwise it'll be back in September. You missed a good meet, but no, yeah. But in September there's going to be a big vlogging meet. Quite a few names going to be turning up. So hopefully we'll meet a few what I would call famouses. It's like watching EastEnders, isn't it? All you guys on here watching me, watching you.
Isn't that an ABBA song or something?
Yeah, definitely. Right, for now I'm going to say ciao for now. See you next week. Bye.
Yeah.